Welcome to today's Missionary. This is another video in the Missionary Discipleship series. We're still in Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. These are underlined in red. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. All men will hate you because of me, but he who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. I tell you the truth, you will not finish going through the cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes. A student is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for the student to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebub, how much more the members of his household? This verse that's underlined in black, there's many interpretations of it, but obviously the Son of Man has not come back again, so we move on. Still in Matthew chapter 10, verse 34, do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Now, this context here is very important. This is underlined red, the missiology of Christ. Jesus came along and called young people to follow him. And when he said, I'm going, I don't have any place to lay my head. I'm going farther away from family, etc. These are the young people who had the conflicts with their parents. Man against his father, daughter against her mother, etc. So verse 37, anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And anyone who does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. These are probably the most clearly explained verses in Matthew about the cost of not being just discipled by Jesus. When we talk about following Jesus, we're talking about not just following his teachings and staying where we are. This channel is about missionaries and those who are going to where the gospel has never been taken before. So the context of the Bible in general is a missionary context, and the context of the New Testament especially is for goers. So Jesus is making it very clear here. Who is he talking to? He's talking to those who are following him physically. They are physically following him throughout the towns and the places where he was about to go. And we'll see those verses here in a little while. But it's very clear here that Jesus is saying, anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He's saying it. He's not come to bring peace, but a sword. He's come to turn a man against his father. So the man that Jesus is calling to come away and physically follow him over a geographical distance farther from his father is obviously going to turn a man against his father and a daughter against her mother. So a man's enemies will be the members of his own household. And this is what it is when you decide to say, Mom, Dad, I'm going to the mission field. I'm probably not coming back. And it's probably going to cost my life in the doing of it. So he who finds his life will lose it. And he who ever loses his life for my sake. See, when we go to the mission field, it's for his sake. He paid the price on the cross, and now he wants that message taken to the ends of the earth. Well, who's going to do it? Now in Matthew chapter 11, after Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, these were things he was saying to his 12 disciples. Okay? He went on from there to teach and preach in the towns of Galilee. And they followed him, they went with him. Verse 2, when John heard in prison what Christ was doing, he sent his disciples to ask him, Are you the one who was to come, or should we expect someone else? Jesus replied, Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cured, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised, and the good news is preached to the poor. Blessed is the man who does not fall away on account of me. As John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began to speak to the crowd about John. What did you go out into the desert to see? A reed swayed by the wind? If not, what did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine clothes? No. Those who wear fine clothes are in king's palaces. What did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, I will send my messengers ahead of you who will prepare a way before you. I tell you the truth, among those born of women, there has not risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. Yet he who is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. That verse probably should be underlined in blue, but we'll move on. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcefully advancing, and forceful men lay hold of it. So as we move along in our reading, we're underlining the verses in red, blue, and black so that those verses can show us and confirm to us that the New Testament Gospels are actually our missionary training manual. We have to begin to see these things in the context of us going as missionaries to where the gospel has never been preached before. So God bless, and we'll see you in the next time.